YouTube, we are 13 days into 2025. So I asked ChatGPT, what are the top 10 worst anime of 2024? And we're gonna go just do a shallow dive. We're not gonna do no deep dive. You ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that, right? So we're gonna do a shallow dive and then see if ChatGPT's selections match up with what people's opinions and thoughts in a quick Google search. We're gonna start with number 10, Whisper Me a Love Song. The critique was the anime was criticized for its lack of depth and failed to engage viewers emotionally. Okay, Whisper Me a Love Song. Clearly it's a love anime. Let's see. So it got a 7 out of 10 on IMDb. Oh, 91% like this TV show. But where are the reviews? Show me all the reviews. There are none. Perfect. So far, I'm really enjoying the anime. It's doing pretty good job of being faithful to the manga while presenting the story without doing it. The character perspective section is showing the same scenes more than once. The only real change I noticed in terms of character is the interaction between Hamari and Miki. Okay, so it seems like people enjoyed that. So the fact that it was number 10 as worst on the list, so far it seems like, you know, it's not hated. So far, a lot of people liked it, which is good. Number 9. Or second on the list that we're doing, Blue Lock. Critique. Fans felt the second season did not live up to the excitement and quality of the first, leading to a sense of letdown. That was by Game Rant. It got an 8.2 out of 10 on IMDb. That's insane. There's no way. Okay. Reviews for Blue Lock Season 2 are generally positive for its compelling story and character development, but heavily criticized for inconsistent animation quality, with many viewers viewers noting choppy movements, questionable transitions, and a feel of rushed production compared to season 1, often describing it as looking like PowerPoint slides. Yeah, that was the biggest meme and joke that I've heard about Blue Lock, was that season 2 was just a PowerPoint. Damn, on Rotten Tomatoes, season 2 of Blue Lock got a 55%. Oh man. Audience reviews. Is there a translation here? Dejando de lado la mansión mediocre que tiene el principio de la temporada. Perfect. The last 2 episodes are actually peak. They did what they had to do. I always loved Blue Lock and never hated on it. Ever. If you don't like it, then that's your opinion. Read the manga. Because in my opinion, the budget went to the last 2 episodes because, oh my Lanza, they were so good. Absolutely love Blue Lock. To the animators, keep doing what you're doing. The entire budget was spent by what this person says on the last 2 episodes. It shouldn't be like that. I imagine the budget for the season just be low because the animation and pacing are abysmal and downright cringe at times. These are moments of just people posing for no reason on a soccer field. The dialogue is terrible as well. It got 1.5 stars by Sahil P. Malik N. 0.5 star. The decline in animation quality this season is truly disappointing. Many of us were eagerly awaiting for this release, but what we've seen feels rushed and lacks the care we expected. It looks as if the manga panels were simply colored and given basic PowerPoint style transitions. In one scene, the animation literally flips between shots. It's shocking. This is a major letdown. I think the anime Chibi Maruko-chan is more fun to watch than Blue Lock Season 2. The first season was really good, but the second season is 90%. Still, imagine if you don't, the lazy special effects slapped on everywhere. I'm not joking. Almost the whole show is a PNG being moved around manually. All in all, just very sloppy. Just by like all of these reviews, I feel like ChatGPT made a mistake in putting it in the number 9 spot. But I feel like it should be maybe somewhere between 1 and 5. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one.
Number 3, I Don't Like You.
Suicide Squad Isekai. They have just been plaguing the anime space and community, I feel. Critique. The series was deemed disappointing due to lackluster execution and failure to deliver on its unique premise. So far, I don't think anybody left a review on it. Okay, so it has a 64%. Let's go and check somewhere else. They gave it a 6.3 out of 10 with 2K ratings. User ratings. Oh, okay, they have all the episode ratings here. User ratings. It's got a majority of 10s and 7s and 6s. 6.9, 6.9. Those aren't bad. 6.9s, they're not bad. It's borderline 7. So it's got like yeah, it's roughly like a 6.8 across the whole board, I would say, right? Let's see user reviews. A 7 out of 10. Okay. You have to watch the anime given expectations of what this is. It's an anime about Suicide Squad and an isekai. This anime is very clearly not taking itself very seriously and not looking to be anything groundbreaking. The more you just play along with the insanity, the more fun and enjoyable you'll have. Okay, that's a good one. Let's see the bad review. Okay, he gave it a 5. I truly was hoping I would be out with the high review for this show, but it is just so awful on every level. The animation is bad, the voice acting is bad, the story is bad. It's all bad. I speak Japanese, so after the first episode, I switched from the English version to the Japanese. While this did improve things, it just wasn't worth it for me to hang in on this one. The intros and outros were blatant ripoffs of Cowboy Bebop. Oh, wow. Didn't know that. The only positive I can give is it is the artwork and style of it is sleek and nice to look at, but a bad show is a bad show. I gave up 3 to 4 episodes in. If you know nothing about Suicide Squad or decent Japanese anime, you might enjoy this. Damn, they gave it a 4. The show is mediocre at best. I related to Nickelback, who tried to mix hard rock and country and couldn't really do either. So yeah, the show is for children and Nickelback fans. The Condition Called Love. So critics highlighted issues with character development, particularly labeling Hananoi's behavior as harmful or invasive, and noted poor animation quality. IMDb gave it a 6.5 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10. But hey, 6.5 is better than 5. You know what I'm saying? If it's out of 5, half the people loved it, half the people hated it. But more people liked it than hated it. So I think that puts it at a good spot. User reviews. 1 star. Oh no. Okay, so they got 10 out of 10. Sweet adolescent love. They got spoilers in there, and if you want to watch it for yourself, I'm just not going to go ahead and click on it because I don't want you to see any spoilers yourself. 4 out of 10. Sweet romantic, unrealistic, and generic. Okay, first off, this anime is pretty new, so I might be obliged to change my review if it changes pace or stops being so lackluster. The story of Hananoi and Hatoru, while Hatoru's friend are hitting their average teenage horny selves and finding mates, she is baffled by it. The problem here is that there's nothing more to explain why she feels this way. She doesn't understand the need to have a boyfriend or even love for that matter. It is some form of autism or she's asexual. Nothing explained in that regard, and she comes off as a pretty generic yet kind-hearted protagonist. Okay. 10 out of 10. Beautifully realized tale of a heartfelt romance. A Condition Called Love. Condition Called Love 2012. Okay, I feel like they just copy and pasted this, huh? We're not looking at that. We might have to negate this. We might have to take that out because we got a 5 and then a 1. 1. If You was rated PG and set at Japanese high school. Came for a cute romance, stayed for a horror show. The hubby and I have been here watching this show each week because we realized during the first episode that it was trash. But in a car wreck, you can't stop watching kind of way. Brother. Hello? I keep waiting every week for the main guy to murder someone or reveal his jar of teeth, but no avail. If you liked You, oh yeah, that show off of Netflix. Yeah, I never watched that, and I can't even get into that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, me personally, I think if you like watching and you get like turned on, a lot of women were saying they're getting turned on by that kind of guy in You. So a lot of women nowadays, they want like a psychopathic person that wants to threaten their life, like full of red flags, you know, that might kill them. So that seems what those type of women are into. But hey, you do you. But wonder what Joe Goldberg might have been like before his first kill. This show is for you. It has to be satire, right? Otherwise, wholly irresponsible to frame this as a romantic, bizarre show, but a naive girl who doesn't know what a healthy relationship should look like. Girl, run. Red flags. 2, 6. Unnamed Memory critique. Anime News Network listed the series amongst the worst of 2024, pointing out failures in animation and a stripped-down adaptation that lacked romantic attention. Let's see. Damn! So Crunchyroll gave it a 4.4 out of 5. You know what? Every time I see people talk about like Crunchyroll ratings, shut the fuck up. Because Crunchyroll is going to give everything above a 4. So far, all of these anime by ChatGPT reflect what the community has been saying. Like I've been seeing a lot of bad ratings, and then the only one that really didn't show a whole lot of bad ratings so far was number 10, which is fine because it's number 10. It's like the borderline, like, hey, we need to find an anime that's is kind of bad but not really that bad. Crunchyroll is always giving everything a 4 or above. Like, quit glazing these animators in production, bro. Quit glazing. In the minority here, but even with its flaws, I like Unnamed Memory as an anime, only I didn't have to deal with the pain of my fave Ellen being butchered like many fans did. So to me, this was a solid fantasy romance story with some nice world building and relationship dynamics. It's certainly not the best anime of the season, but what can I say? It was fun, and Tanasha is a waifu of the season's candidate. I'm going to be honest, Unnamed Memory is all over the place. If I'm going to be objective in this review, I have to straight out... Oh, read more. Oh my god, I'm not reading all of that. Okay, so let's just get to the point. Unnamed Memory won't be for everyone, and I'm aware it doesn't do its story justice. Okay, so I told you we are not doing a deep dive. We're not doing no deep dive. We're doing a shallow dive. Next, Ninja Camoy. Oh my god, everybody knows about this one. Ninja Camoy. Critiques. Viewers expressed dissatisfaction with the series, citing a decline in quality as it progressed. That is a fact. People were telling me that, you know, season or episodes 1 and 2 was like peak, bro, and then it just you know, took a shit. Okay, IMDb gives it a 7.1 out of 10, and Rotten Tomatoes gives it 57%. You went from basically a 9 to a 6. User reviews. Started off strong but fell off. Facts. 6 out of 10. The fall off of this anime is almost unbelievable. I couldn't believe it either, and I'm glad I didn't start it. Good but rushed plot. Terrible animation. Like reading my first Shogun manga. Decent, that's it. John Wick, then yes. He didn't even give a rating. Banger start, but what happened? Undeniably interesting, but gets boring at certain points. Amazing start, falls off very hard. Everybody was saying the same thing. It's visually pretty, and that's about it. It just fell hard. Let's move on to Uzumaki. I know a lot of people were pissed off about that. 6.5 out of 10. Sorry, I just can't ignore the faults. Flawless first episode, but sadly that's it. Everyone's rating this a 10 after the first episode. Yeah, don't be doing that, y'all. Like, don't sit there and grab it on the first episode. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to say that you really like the first episode and you want to give the episode a 10 out of 10, but be very specific in saying that that doesn't give it a rating of 10 out of 10 amongst all episodes, even if they haven't come out yet. All right, 2 out of 10. This is what you've been working on for 5 years. Lack any cohesive story. Really good, but the pacing, manga versus anime, episode 1. Yeah, like, so people were... Yeah, they were just talking about episode 1. Gave it an 8. Don't trust the good reviews. See, I'm telling you, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Do not trust the good reviews all the time, because sometimes they don't even watch the entire anime. They just watch one episode and then say that the whole thing is a 10 out of 10. Metallic Rogue. Let's look at the reviews. Yep. 6 out of 10. Metallic Road starts as a slow explanation. The studio might take some unexpected turns. While the world building might be intriguing, the first episode relies heavily on tired sci-fi elements and fails to grab attention. The following episodes focus on action, character bonding, and an android rebellion, but none of it feels fresh enough to overcome the initial mediocrity. 8 out of 10. Sophisticated theme, not easy to comprehend. I'm a very simple, kind of guy. Like, if an anime is very hard to comprehend, I'm okay with watching an anime more than once to understand, and see the things that I may have missed. Like, whenever I'm editing videos, I end up watching the video over again, because rather than reacting immediately, watch it the second time through editing, I'm like, oh, I missed that, and I missed that. But, like, if I would have caught everything in a reaction, it would be very fishy. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're reacting to it for the first time and watching it, you're going to miss some things. You might even miss reading some of the things just to say something. Oh, well, analysts got it at 59%. Number 2, failure frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with a low-level spell. Critique. Critics noted that the entire anime's execution did not live up to the intriguing premise. Let's check it out. IMDb gave it a 6.6 out of 10. Not that bad. Personally, I've always loved the old video game animation, but the show does use a lot of it, and if you're not into it, then it's not going to be for you. I understand that. I do like the old style look too. Not the worst. He's got spoilers, so we're not going to go into that. Afureta 2.0. Cinematography, animation. Animation was not the worst, but I did not care for it. It is also in the lines of Berserk in terms of animation style. Okay, that's kind of hard for me to watch personally sometimes if it's using the Berserk like CGI look. It's a little harder for me. I won't say quality, but in terms of style, yes. And I mean this specifically in reference to fight scenes. Every fight scene is the same animation style. A compelling villain's journey. Failure Frame defies traditional expectations by presenting a villainous protagonist, Tuoka Mimori, whose journey from abandonment to revenge is both captivating and thought-provoking. The anime's unique blend of dark fantasy, isekai's elements, and strategic storytelling makes for an engaging watch. Okay, strengths. Okay, complex character. That's always good. Can't have the character being like too easily read, right? Amazing, diverges from standard anime. 4 out of 10. 3 episodes in and it's meh. Judging by the rule of 3 episodes, this would be my last watch. I never really thought about that too, and that's pretty accurate. Like if it doesn't hook you in the first 3 episodes, you know, if it's like a 13 episode thing, then I don't blame you for like dropping it, right? You can always come back to it. You know what I mean? It's like, give it another shot and then you check it out again. Because there's plenty of anime that have lost me in like the first like 4 episodes and then I put it down. And then I'll come back to it. Classic self-insert cringe. This is just another self-insert. Bad things always happen to good guys. I bet the author of this was a loser and wanted to write something where a loser becomes overpowered and kills all that have wronged him. When Memori's backstory is revealed and he had an abusive childhood, that was the author's self-insert of what he had wished had happened to him. So he had a valid reason for being a loser because realistically, that would never happen. There's a scene where his inner demon is telling him to stop pretending to smile and let your true self come out. That was one of the corniest, cringiest scenes I have ever seen. I bet later down the line, these are gonna be harem, which is classic for these self-insert losers. Don't watch this garbage. Damn. So 4 people thought that was helpful and 13 gave it a thumbs down. I guess, you know, like that's a hot take. You know, like he went straight for the writer. When I think about this, not from a standpoint of what all he wrote here, I would say like in a lot of times whenever you watch anime, it's okay to insert yourself as whatever character you want. You don't have to be inserted as the main character, but a lot of the times whenever you watch them, depending on the way that they make their decisions and in their character development, you can always be like, I can relate to that. I can see the thought process. So, I mean, you got to have some kind of like relation to the character to like them. So, I mean, I guess this is up to, you know, this is his personal opinion and you can't knock him for it. Paralyzed poison. Get used to these words because this is going to be the entirety of the anime. I've never reviewed an anime, but this one was so offensive to my time that I had to. Damn. He has never or she has never reviewed an anime before, and this was so bad that they had to. Tower of God. And you know what? This is the one that I watched on my channel, and I watched 1 episode, and I could not watch any more of it. I'm sorry. I totally agree that this is probably the worst anime of 2024 that I personally have watched. It is so bad. I didn't even watch Blue Lock because I was afraid that I would die from cringe from how bad it was, just like how Tower of God was. It was very funny to me because it like one of the characters in season 1 looked like Hisoka to me, and then they had Divergent Fist main character doing like wearing, you know, the Akatsuki robes. I was like, bro, like this looks ridiculous. I'm okay with anime, you know, taking from others and then turning it into their own, but it was just so bad. It lacked so much. Tower of God season 2 is disappointing. Let's check it out. Watching season 1 of Tower of God was very exciting. The art, yes, I agree. Let me make a point of that. Season 1, I loved it. I liked it. I loved it. I wanted more of it. And then season 2 was just hot garbage. The art style made me feel like I was watching a unique and mystical world full of secrets. Moving to season 2, I was full of anticipation, thinking that this anime had the potential to become a classic. True. After 4 episodes, now that I thought has nearly disappeared, I understand that the new animation style is catering to general viewers. But for me, it removes so much of the mystique of the world that is making me sad as hell. I also dislike when the show opts to remove scenery from shots, such as focusing on just the mouth of a character while they are speaking. It takes me out of the environment. I understand it is likely for budget issues, but it feels to me like everything from the soundtrack to the animation is a watered down budget version of season 1 so far. Hopefully this changes. And I agree. You know, I feel how I felt like season 1 did great. Like, where did that budget go? If you're an anime only, I recommend just reading the webtoon. I have a hard time imagining they'll improve it that much. I fuck with season 2. I read the webtoon, so I know what to expect. The art style change doesn't bother me. It is starting to look like modern webtoon chapters, and the things they cut out for time doesn't really bother me anyway. I'm definitely buying it once it gets a DVD release. I want to support this. It is the first webtoon I read, and I've been hooked on the series since season 1. I'm loving it. But the problem is that this is season 2, so people had a benchmark of what to expect from season 1, and I loved season 1. It was great, and I hated Rachel. I hated Rachel, bro. Like, she was garbage. That is the top 10 anime by ChatGPT that were total disappointments. But it does seem like ChatGPT's information is pretty accurate. But what I would say is that the top 3 should probably be, you know, but you can argue in what order, but I feel like it should be between Tower of God, Uzumaki, and Ninja Camoy. I feel like those 3 should have been in the top 3. And then Blue Lock. Blue Lock should have been in top 5.